Have you ever wondered what it's like to live in the water? Hey guys, let's dive right into this tutorial. See what I did there? Anyways, with a light primer, I'm just going to gently press this into my face and then smooth it with my fingers to create a base for all the makeup. And then with the NYX eyeshadow base in Pearl, I believe, it's sort of like a shiny base. I'm just going to take a little in my pinky and then put it in the four parts of my face and then blend that out with my fingers. And then with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk, I'm just going to draw this on my face and blend that out with my fingers, but eventually I'm just going to draw lines all over my face and then blend with my hands because my hands will allow the product to nicely distribute all over my face and it really warms the product up and gets it blended well. And I know it looks super ghostly, but it's going to create a great foundation for all the makeup. And then I'm just going to set that with a finishing powder, which is white, so that works out perfectly actually. And then I realized my lips were super chapped, so I put on a chapstick before I started doing anything else. And then with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Pacific, I am going to start drawing the mask on my face. So starting midway through my nose and then working above my eyebrow to the middle of my forehead, I'm just drawing a curved line which will begin basically the foundation. And I'm setting this blue on to create a base for all the blue I'm going to be putting on top of it later. So what I'm doing is just thickening up the line. And then with a dark navy blue pencil, I'm just going to go over that line to make it even sharper and crisp and really make the lines stand out on my face, especially with the dark blue contrasting with the light blue. Then with the NYX Wicked Dreams palette, I'm going to be taking this deep blue shade and packing that right over the Pacific NYX Jumbo Pencil. Then going in with the pale blue shade in the same palette, I'm going to use that to blend out the dark blue eyeshadow we just put on, and this is really going to help to blend it out and make the color not so intense and sort of soften it. Then in a different palette, I'm using a medium blue shade and applying that over and with the other blue shades I just applied, just to make it all blend together really nicely and create kind of a gradient sort of ombre effect. And then with this teal shade, I'm going to be taking that on the temples and bringing it down. This super deep, like midnight blue, I'm gonna go over the dark navy blue eyeliner line. It's super important that any cream product you put down, you set with a powder. So that's what I'm doing here with the blue liner. And then with this green eyeliner, I'm gonna bring it through my eyebrows and then just mix it and disperse it through my eyebrows with a spoolie brush. And then to intensify the green in my eyebrows, I'm using a matching eyeshadow and pulling that through my eyebrows as well. And then I also decided to bring it just a little bit below my eyebrows to help intensify the green color and really offset the blue that I used above the eyebrows. And then with the NYX HD eyeshadow base, I'm just going to create a base for all my eyeshadow that I'm putting on my actual eyelids. Going back in again with the green eyeliner pencil, I'm going to trace just below the blue eyeshadows I put on the side of my nose, and then just in the middle of my eyelid and going down and curving around my temples. And all I'm doing is just thickening the line and making it really intense so it pops through the blue that I've used. And then again, setting the creams with powder is super important, so I'm going in with the green eyeshadow and setting that green line. Going back in again with the medium blue shade, I'm going to put this all over my eyelid and then allow it to actually transfer onto the bottom of my eyes to sort of frame the eyes and create a blue base to contrast in between the green and the blue. So yeah, and then I'm also bringing it along to the outer corners of my eyes, and then taking the teal shade again, I'm going to put that in the corner of my eyes as well, and I think it really makes all the colors pop and my eyes really pop through all the blue. And then I'm just going to keep blending that, and then finally with the light blue shade, I'm going to take it into the middle of my eyelid to help create some dimension and break through all the blue that is actually on my eyelid. And then I'm going to also take it into the inner corner as you would with any other highlight. And at this point I realized my camera was not in focus, but here you go. And then again, to make my eyes really pop through the blue, I'm taking the same pale blue shade and running that just below the darker blue. And I think this really helps the look pop and my eyes pop also, like I said, through the blue. And I'm just going to keep going over with the blue to help darken it. With a white eyeliner, I'm going to use that in my waterline as you would with any other white, just to make my eyes look even bigger. And instead of using a traditional black on top, I decided to use the same white eyeliner on the upper lash line. And then, as always, setting the cream with a powder is super important, so I'm just going over that with a white eyeshadow. And then going back in with the same green eyeliner, I'm just going to run that on my bottom lower lash line. And this is a really nice contrast with the green I used in the middle of my eyelids and the green on the bottom of my lash line. And then just curling the lashes, I'm applying a waterproof mascara. And not too heavy, just pretty light, just so my eyelashes don't look super white because of the eyeliner and the powder. And then I decided to put a little sort of winged triangle on the end of my eyes with a black waterproof eyeliner. And then this is definitely the hardest part of the whole makeup look for me, was drawing the scales on my forehead. And it was really hard for me to do it evenly, but I think I actually liked the way it turned out, not all looking the same scales, but it's okay because what I'm doing with the blue eyeliner right now is just a rough outline of what I'm going to do. So once you're done with that, I'm just taking a couple different shades of blue from a different palette, and mixing that in with all the blue shades I've used before and creating a really cool ombre effect. So starting from the bottom to get to the higher part of my forehead, it gets lighter to darker. And so the way I achieved this was just by mixing all the different blue colors and creating an ombre look. Not to mention it was super time consuming. And there you go, it actually looks super cool, but I'm gonna go through again and blend out all the blue colors to make it look really, I wouldn't say natural, but less harsh. And then with a waterproof eyeliner, I'm just outlining all the scales, which did take a bit of time, not gonna lie. And then after that, as usual, setting cream with powder is super important, so I went back in with just a black eyeshadow and went over all of the little scales. And there you go. So then I just went over that with a fan brush to remove any fallout. And then I decided to take a dark midnight blue and blend that into my hairline along with the top row of scales. And I think this really helped blend the whole thing together so there wasn't just a blank space of skin near my forehead. And then with the medium blue shade, I'm kind of using that as a blush, and it looks kind of crazy, but if you just keep blending it out, it'll really pull the whole look together, especially with the eyes. And then with a purple eyeshadow, I'm taking that on the apples of my cheeks almost as a highlight, and I think it's a really nice contrast too between the blue, green, and the purple, all cool tones. Then finally, with the single green eyeshadow, I'm putting that on the top of my nose, and then some fallout came onto the top of my lips, so I just had to wipe that off because it looked like I had green snot. But then last thing, I'm just going to highlight with the white NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in the bridge of my nose and just blend that out. And then lastly, for my lips, I am outlining them with a blue eyeliner pencil. And then taking the dark blue shade, I'm going to put it in the corners of my lips and then just right below my bottom lip to create dimension and make the lips look really full. Finally, like I said, it's super important to set creams with powders, and then you set powders with the finishing spray, and that's what I'm doing here, and it really helped it last when I was in the pool and overall just finish the look off. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. I'd really love it. Thank you. Have a darling day.